Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. I much appreciate it. Welcome back to more Warhammer 40k Darktide. Wow, it's been a bit since we played a bit of Darktide on the channel. I played some last night just so I was warm up, and man, I had some of the most stressful matches of my life last night. So let's see if we can keep that ball rolling, because it's always fun to watch me stress out. Now, we're going to be talking about some Space Marine 2 today, so there will be spoilers and whatnot. So if you haven't finished campaign, or haven't finished watching it, or playing it, or whatever, however you're consuming the content, I'd skip now. Anyway, the build we were running, I was going to say something else, but I blanked. We have the Cantrell Mach 10 Heavy Last Pistol with Infernus and Ghost, with 25% damage to Maniacs and 8.5% reload speed. And we have the Mutator Mach 3 Power Sword with 8% weak spot damage, 25% damage to infest enemies, Sunder, and Rampage. Yes, I'm aware my Plasma Sword... I'm sorry, what? Power Sword is not really the most up to snuff in terms of the damage. But, once again, the update's coming out and I'll be able to buff it up, so we're good. For the build, we have Vanguard, a Tactical Reload. Although not necessarily needed, you can honestly go out for blood if you want, but, you know. Crack Grenade. Then we have Get Back in the Fight, Survivalist, Demolition Stockpile, Field Improv, Voice of Command, Duty and Honor, and Only in Death. Go and grab Precision Strikes, Determined, Fully Loaded, Superiority Complex, grabbing for the Emperor, Tactical Awareness, Iron Will, Rending Strikes, Bring It Down, Focus Target, and Focused Fire. That's the build. Let's get into a game, shall we? Hey, you. Yeah, you, I'm talking to you. You know what I bet you love? Gourmet meals at a cheap price. But I know what you don't love. All the stress and hassle of cleaning. Oh my goodness, no one likes that. You gotta worry about your spice balances. It's gonna taste good. Or is this chicken I just made gonna send me to the ER? Who knows? If you don't like that, you know what's got you covered? Factor's got you covered. Go down in the description, click my link. It's going to get you 50% off your first box and an additional 20% off your next 4 orders. Skip the stress of meal prepping and dealing with flooded refrigerators and overpacked pantries, because Factor's got you covered. Chef-prepared meals to the table in less than 2 minutes. And that gives you plenty of time to get back to your day, you know? Skip the overpriced takeout trap. DoorDash, all that stuff, that's a trap. Expensive. Factor's cheaper and way more delicious, and on top of that, it's way healthier. We got keto, we got CalSmart, we got vegan, veggie, and more. Me personally, my personal favorite is the Protein Plus. I'm in the gym, I'm in the metal jungle, I'm getting the gains. Factor's got me hooked up on the protein so I don't lose out on my muscles. And when things get hectic, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause and reschedule your deliveries anytime. Factor meals eliminate the hassle of prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Simply heat and savor the good stuff. Factor's got you hooked up this summer. So go down, once again, click my link, and enjoy the meal. Alrighty, and we're in. I did have a match between this, but you ever just join a match and the vibes are so immaculately awful that you just know something bad's gonna happen? Something bad did happen. So yeah, that one's I was like, you know what? Halfway through it, I was like, you know what? The vibes are awful here. Let me just play this one out without the record. And I put on some music, and we were dead within a minute. It was just the vibe. So much, one like 17 flamers, and the vibes were just bad, and we had an ogre that was AFK for like the first minute. Anyway, Space Marine 2. Great game. I gave it 7 out of 10. Final episode of my playthrough coming out tomorrow, right? For the campaign, that is. Obviously, PvE and multiplayer stuff I'll be doing more of. Hello. Combs over. Hey, what you doing there, lad? Get up. 7 out of 10, well above average. I'd even say 7.5. Just because it was cool. And I'm gonna say I've seen mostly positive stuff. People are like, this is fun. You know, I think people, but there's some people that I feel the criticisms are. I think some criticisms of the game are deserved, right? You know, it's not a perfect game, right? No game ever is, so every game deserves criticism. However, I feel, in my heart of hearts, if this game wasn't about Ultramarines, some of the criticisms we've seen would have been maybe a little less present. Like, I saw some people criticizing, spoilers by the way, the banner scene towards the end. And I'm like, that's just a lack of Space Marine knowledge right there, baby. Like, Space Marines would die before they let that banner touch the ground, right? If they had the option. And, like, not only that, it's like a cool reference to the last stand of the Crimson Fists, which I actually referred to the Ultramarine by, I think it was by John Blanche. I thought it was, in my head, it was, referred to it as the Ultramarine thing from the Rogue Trader, but it was Crimson Fists. I always forget Crimson Fists are a chapter, and I hope everyone learns to forgive me. I'm over here now. What is happening? What just happened to me? And some people were, like, biffing on Marnius Caligar. Like, Marnius Caligar, yeah, Matt Ward made Marnius Caligar a little OP, but Marnius Caligar is also a chapter master. So, like, he is, you know, he's Papa Smurf for a reason. Also, he's in, like, Terminator armor, technically. It's like some, it's called, like, the Armor of Hera or some shit. I don't remember what it's called. But, like, Marnius Caligar is a beast. And I'm talking about the scene, like, oh, how did he just not get affected by the magic? Well, sort of two options you have here. I think the most likely one is that he had an iron halo that was literally glowing. Or if the other option is that Imra purposely let him go of the magic spell to, like, try to bait him in. Obviously, I think it was the Iron Halo, personally, since that one was more visually indicated. And some people were talking about where the Tyranids went. It was established in the first, like, chunk of the game that it was a Tyranid splinter fleet. It was not a full, Vanguard, not a full Hive fleet. And in the campaign, we destroy a Hive ship, right? We blow up a bunch of the Swarm with by baiting them over the crude Prometheum. Like, I think people are forgetting that the operations are canon to what's happening on Avarax and whatnot, right? So, like, you know, Talassa, the secondary team, were completing these objectives on the offside. 2-1-3. There we are. Let's go here. Hello? I guess chat's just not gonna work. We'll hit that button too. There we go. There we are. Where was I? Oh, right. So, as much as I do, like, I understand the confusion of the Tyranids not being there on, and also Tyranids weren't on Demirium, right? There's no biomass for Tyranids to really consume there, being it being a tomb world, and all the residents are probably long since not biomass anymore. And obviously, Tyranids don't usually fuck with chaos, and it's not like Thousand Suns have much biomass to offer anyway. Boost up the Psyker can actually do damage to these Crushers. Now, there were some story bits where I was like, I understand the criticisms for, like, when Titus saw the Shard for the first time after, what's-his-face's untimely demise. Nozix. And he kind of just passed out, and it kind of didn't really make it clear why. Obviously, he was still under recovery from the Rubicon Primaris, but, like, it felt like, at the time, it felt like there was something psychic going on. Which was, you know, a bit at fault of the game. They should have made it clear if it was one way or the other. Why is my... That's okay. There it goes. It's gone now. I just realized my cursor was on my screen. And that was a bit confusing. They could have made it more clear about, like, because at the time I think he was just passing out due to his wounds, but at the time it made it seem like it was the chaos nonsense. But I guess maybe that was done intentionally to be like, oh, is there something fucked up going on with Titus? But they don't really ever, like, explain that. very well, which was, I think, a criticism you can give. And I do think Imara, if they were gonna have Thousand Suns be the final enemy, I feel like Imara could have showed up sooner. Maybe we had like some dream sequence or something with Imara, because Imara was really cool. I just do wish he was a bit more established. Although his introduction was also really cool, so they didn't necessarily have to introduce Imara, but they could have at least introduced some Zinchian bullshit a little earlier. Also, Dreadnought Dave, my beloved. Dreadnought's Dave is Voltus, or Voltus. And apparently in Latin that means face, so he literally has face on his faceplate, which is really funny, but I will refer to him as Dreadnought Dave, because I think that's even funnier. And once again, all the people suddenly Redemptor Dreadnoughts are cool, okay? I know you fakers. I know who you were. I do wish I saw you know, a lot of the Bricky, to mention, he did a video. He didn't that video of his was not the most well received. All right, we have to be scanning stuff, huh? There were Necrons, like you go to a Necron tomb, Demurian or whatever, Demaruhuji, what's the Damara was a Necron tomb world. And you do get to see some Necron, like, centipede monsters. Apparently they got sent to Legends, like, a week or so to the game's release, which is really funny. And a shame, because they look cool. Although I don't know how cool they were on the tabletop comparison. And it would have been cool to have some Necron enemies or something, even just, like just some Cryptek stuff, if not, you know, actual Necron warriors. Although I do hope that maybe, you know, there's a chance of a Necron DLC or expansion coming out. Bad fire, bad fire, bad fire. Like there were some bits where it was like, feels like we could have added like another hour of gameplay here if we included it, but I understand. Once again, I think it's 7.5. The story is very, like, it's nothing like, oh my god, it's no Red Dead Redemption 2, but I wasn't expecting it to be. It was an Ultramarine story, and it was great. I was a lover of the Ultramarines. It was a perfect, like, it felt like I was playing a Space Marine book, you know? And honestly, no higher praises than that, I don't think. Yeah. So, like, I do feel like a lot of the... I genuinely feel, like, no opinion, like, a lot of the distaste some people have for the campaign is literally just because it's Ultramarines. And it's just like, okay, I get it, you don't like Ultramarines, but Ultramarines have been cool since No Fear, so get with the times, buddy. I do generally feel like the haha funny Ultramarine hate meme does sort of, like, lead to just some people being like, oh, instantly disregard anything Ultramarines because it's Ultramarines. Like, sorry you hate us because you ain't us, like... Ow. I got owned. Damn Ragers. I gotta start using the shovel again. The shovel really is where my heart belongs. Because, like, if it was a Space Wolf, well, I mean, I don't know, Space Wolves also kind of get hated on a lot for no reason. Although, I mean, obviously that you can. I'm not saying you are forced to like Ultramarines and you're forced to like Space Wolves. I think I referred to Space Wolves as Space Marines, which is not wrong, but you know, not their name. Because obviously I'm not a big Space Wolves fan, so like you know, I typically don't enjoy Space Wolf stuff. But you know, although I do join Ulfar from Rogue Trader, he is cool as hell.
Hope it's worth it.
Open up, camo on shine. You know, it's just like a lot of, you know. Like I enjoyed the story. I mean, the bits that were my favorite was the tutorial mission. Cool as hell. It's a shame we don't get any of that mock of armor in the operations, but obviously that's firstborn armor, so it wouldn't exactly fit on Primaris. I mean, it would, like, you know, if we're going that route as to why we don't have the size difference. But you know, come on, it's a video game, we can stretch. Also, yeah, another thing, a lot of the criticisms for it being like, oh, you know, so and so, such and such, like, have to forget that it's a video game, right? Like, it's gotta be, there's gonna be a little spectacle. They're gonna, like, video games will always sacrifice the lore for a bit of spectacle, you know? Star Wars games do it, Space Marine 1 did it, Space Marine 2 will do it. Any video game ever will sacrifice logic for spectacle, right? Because on top of that, video games have to be fun to play. Yeah, also, once again, Marnius Caligar is an absolute beast. Need I remind you, he once dueled Abaddon and broke Abaddon's jaw. Like, he's a beast. He ripped off a Lord of Skull's head. Try to get Infernus on this thing. Here we are. I think the blast pistol has more dodges than the power sword. 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2. No, it seems these two. Ow! Move. There we are. Like, does Imra controlling a lore to change make the most sense? No, but it looked cool, right? I died from that fall, and I'm sad, but I did get the res off on my homie, so it was worth. Okay, I missed that one too many times. Hopefully that latches. It didn't latch. I'm sad. I'll be taking that. Man, it's 61 degrees today, which is nice, but it's got a high pollen today, which is really fucking me up. If you didn't notice, this video on Space Marine 2 is completely unscripted, and I'm just talking out vibes. One second, just gotta check something real quick on the alt tab. Just checking temps. Temps should be fine considering it's 61 degrees, so it's not gonna get too warm in my house. Beast and Nurgle. Wait for my stacks to get up to 8. Until then, I'll just shoot at it. I wonder if the Beast and Nurgle can eat a Demon Host. I think it'd be really funny if he could. Beast to nurgle down. Wait for the goo to go away. Also, I've seen I was watching some reactions to the Marnius Calgar scene because I love seeing people's reaction to shit I love. And the amount of people, I guess, are like new to 40k, which is not, not a crime. Calling Marnius is like, is that the Primarch? It hurt me a little bit. I was like, they don't know. They don't know who Gilliman is. If Gilliman showed up in Space Marine 2, it would have made even less sense than Marnius Calgar. Marnius Calgar showing up made sense because literally they called for his bitch ass. And Marnius Calgar is like one of Titus's homies. So him showing up is perfectly fine. If Gilliman had showed up, it would have made no sense at all. But golly, I would have loved. Imagine seeing Gilliman drop from his Thunderhawk or whatever they transport his big ass in. Just to see him like absolutely just, from the people's elbow, a Lord of Change. Come on, that would have been cool as hell. Alright. I really canceled my attack, eh? Alright, I'm gonna look around for a heretic idol. Thought I saw one, but it was just the green of my last pistol. We only snagged one, I think, maybe two, unless someone else grabbed one. Yoink. Try to hit Irvine while he's in the stink. Ah, I'm dropping in. Hopefully someone grabs that Medicaid. The noise the stabbies into the tree make are really icky, and I kind of fucks with them. My audio is actually a little loud, just noticed. Yeah, I thought Space Marine was really fun. Honestly, my main criticisms is with the PvP of some of the classes just feel really awkward. And also, the heavy bolt pistol can't be used by, like, anyone. It can only be used by the freaking heavy. Or I think the assault can use it too. Like, why can't I use the heavy bolt pistol as the bulwark? That's my favorite class. Come on, son. Also, I was seeing some people talk about Darktide in terms of Space Marine 2. They're like, they didn't realize, people I guess got into 40k through Darktide, didn't realize the scale of things. On how, like, yeah, Space Marines wouldn't really have much of an issue with the Mobian 6. Not that the Mobian 6 aren't, like, incredibly well equipped, considering it's an entire guard regiment. But, like, yeah, we wouldn't really be able to fight the enemies that the Space Marines are. So easily. That being said, the rejects aren't, pushovers. I'm getting gunned down and no one's shooting that fucking gunner? Are you joking me? Now you could say, oh, you could just hop off it. Yeah, I'm doing the thing. Shoot the damn gunner. Whatever, man. Okay, I didn't want to... Alright, take two. Wasn't even a shield one dropped on my bitch ass either. That's all good. Okay, someone else can do it. I'm not doing it anymore. If they don't want to... Like, I defend people when they get on the thing. Is it so much to ask to be defended myself? Really? That hit him through the net? Okay, that one felt a little... I guess part of him was out of it, but I feel like the majority of him was in it. Well, that bounced. Alright, I'll do it. It was this one. I think it was this one. And then it was this one? There we are. I like the heavy lance pistol. I like the kick it has. I like my weapons that have a little kick to it. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel good when I fire it. Game? Game? Chill the fuck out on the audio, please. Oh my god, this guy cannot not get netted. Oh my god, game. Chill the fuck out. Yeah, like, yeah, would the rejects handle the Tyranids as well as they're handling the Mobian 6? Probably not. But they could handle Gene Stealers just fine. That's why I think Gene Stealers are like the shoo-in to be the enemy. I could see Orcs working as well, but like that's a little bit... I feel like Orcs would be a whole separate game mode, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it'd be really funny if there was just a chance for Orcs to show up, since there are always Orcs, you know? I feel like Gene Stealers are a shoo-in, you know? And like your monstrosities for the Gene Steals would be like a Patriarch, Abhorrent, a Pureblood, and like a final boss would be like the Pure Strain, right? Now you'd be saying, oh, but Pure Strain would absolutely eat the rejects alive. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, I wouldn't say. But also you have to remember, it's a video game, right? It's always going to be that, once again, that spectacle over like real, like lore accuracy in terms of a lot of ways. That's HR talk for fuck off. There we are. I wish I didn't waste my crack grenade, I'm gonna be real. Actually, the heavy last pistol doesn't do awful damage to Carapace Arm enemies. Obviously, I can just shoot them all there's chest. Excuse me. Oh, phew. Just really clicked on one of their hitboxes. Come on now. Nice, we got a penance. Ugh. Hell yeah. That was a little bit of a good game. A bit awkward at times, but we made it. Also, I don't know if it seems like the text chat isn't working in Darktide. Like, it's like, I guess it's not working. And we got an axe for it, nice. Well, if you missed the video, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, or don't. I am not your mother, but you better brush your teeth and have a good one. Use my factor link. Bye-bye.